What's up guys, welcome back to another episode. Wasn't going to film this, but I thought it might be pretty cool. So let's get stuck into the R32. Let's go.
Tell me, is it whack up in the air? Rapping scattered off the gear. I can map him, yeah, he is. Like a tracker, get distracted, send him back like in the mail. Not a fraction of them real. Catch him lacking, run the drill. Running through the shit like a motherfucking dage.
So R32, it continues. The wheels I want to run are pretty big, eh? They're pretty big. I think they're 11.5 or a 12-inch rim. So fat boys. And done fitting the guard. These over fenders, like, I thought that would be a lot bigger and it would sit a lot more in the guard. So pretty much the only arms on this whole car that I didn't upgrade are the rear lower control arms. I just had them stock because I've never had to change that or adjust it before. But with this, I need lower control arms. I had two options. I can cut and shut them to shorten the lower control arm, which will pull the knuckle in to the center of the car, and then you can adjust the top of the cam bar and the traction rod, I think they call it, the back, to pull the tire back in level. So yeah, I went with the GKTech adjustable rear control arms. Let's check it out. GKTech always with the glorious packaging, very nice. Some instructions, probably don't need that. And then here we are. So we got some dust covers, get those out of the way. I don't know, sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't, but this situation, hopefully they do work out. We got the nuts and bolts, and then I think they call these the shanks. They will go in for the ball joints. Sweet, look at these puppies. Let me get it out. Yeah, just dropped my phone on the ground. I need to get like a some sort of selfie stick to use when I'm filming with my phone for YouTube, because yes, it's hard to hold on to a big phone, but it's so convenient to film with. You can start and pause, and the quality is great. So on Samsung, that is. Here we have the control arm. Sheesh, that is a nice piece of material right there, mate. She looks like they've got it as light as possible, but as strong as possible. These reinforcements here. Cool looking bit of gear, man. This is the adjustable part, so you can wind that nut there, wind that locking nut off, and then wind this whole piece out or in. So I think we'll just match up the stock. We'll pull a stock lower control arm out, match it up with that, put it in the car, and then once in the car, just wind these in, and we'll be able to adjust it to the exact spot where we want it. This is going to be great. Never done this before, but it's only a couple of bolts. What could go wrong? How hard could it be? I've lowered the front of the car as low as the coilovers will get me, so it will sit a little bit lower once the engine's in there, just a fraction lower. But I've got some spacers coming, so we can space this wheel out, get it out here sitting on the guard, and we'll roll these guards as well and have it nice and flush, hopefully. So another thing happened. Boys from Loco, thanks Dane for organising, came out to my house. I don't think they normally do mobile stuff, but they came out and got this boot painted black because it was all just stock and yuck, and it had mold growing in here. So now it's all shiny and nice and smooth. So for cleaning purposes, it's going to be a lot better. I've got parts on the way for the surge tank and whatnot. So if you want to see an episode of that, let me know in the comments below. Appreciate you guys reaching out on the last video. All the comments were great. I took on your feedback and we're back here again. So I'm gonna get the car on the hoist again, lift it up, get the wheels off, take the sway bar off, take the knuckle off the lower control arm, and hopefully it's not too hard to assemble these and chuck them in. Let's do it. Alright, come have a look at this. So ran into my first big problem. So some numpty put these bolts in around the wrong way. Numpty being me, and it's sort of hard to see, but this part here is the car, the part of the car, and you can't get that bolt to go out that way. It's this long, it needs to go that way, it doesn't slide. When I had the cradle out, chucked these bolts in, not thinking about that. Dirt, rookie error. It needs to flip around so the nut goes on this side. And there's just enough space up here. I'm going to try and get the grinder in there and cut that off. I just get new bolts, other side's the same. Yeah, definitely a rookie mistake. But hopefully I can just cut it off. If I can't cut it off, then I have to like cut a hole in the car. Don't want to have to do that if I don't have to. Don't want to do that if I don't have to. So yeah, that's where we're at, but it comes out pretty easy. The only hard part is getting these ball joints off. I just destroyed mine because I don't need to care about that, but what you're supposed to do is this is sitting up in there. You're supposed to hit this with a hammer and just keep tapping it around, but you can only get to like pretty much that part there, and then it's meant to just drop out just magically. That doesn't happen most of the time. So I got this ball joint splitter destroyer, which yeah, it doesn't do any favors for the rubbers, but like you could reuse that for track purposes. Wouldn't be doing it much on a daily because all your dirt's going to get in and cook it, but anyway, I didn't need to care about that. So yeah, let's get the grinder out. So tried the grinder did not fit, not quite. So then I started smacking this out. Grinder fit a little bit better, but not enough to cut the bolt. Sick. Then had the bolt up here and I was banging it with like a punch, pushing it this way into the car, which like pushed all that up, which is not great. Still wouldn't come out, it wasn't long enough. Well, it wouldn't come out and the bolt was too long to go that way. So then I was like, man, I'm gonna have to buy another tool. But no, the demolition saw to the rescue. This bad boy chops in this motion. So that got us out of trouble there. Now this is out of the car. Thank you. Oh my god. Now I gotta go buy a new bolt. That's how much I could get to it with the grinder. So yeah, if you have your subframe out, put your bolts in the right way, not the wrong way. I'm glad it happened now instead of at the track though, because that would be absolute shithouse. Cut the other side, get the new ones in there. Sick. Alright, cool. So got some new bolts from the shop. Happy days. $8, not a big loss. This is your stock lower control arm. Your sway bar goes in here, and your knuckle bolts on there. This part bolts to the car, pivots up and down with the wheel. Bam, bam, bam. Pretty cool. This is your adjustable lower control arm from GKTech. Very cool. You can see the difference there. Happy days. Alright, let's install it. Well, that didn't go to plan. Took 3 hours to get to this stage, and still doesn't fit. Pretty much looks exactly the same as when I started. I'm gonna need bigger over fenders. These ones are pissy little ones. I'm trying to find some. Apparently these are 25mm. It's hard to measure because the body of the car's been cut out, the wheel arch, so you can't actually measure off the body anymore. Not easily anyway. Apparently these are 25mm. K-Max sells 30mm, so 5mm ain't gonna be enough. But anyway, I had so many battles with this thing, man. Got it on there, and then just getting the arms back in. My god, up and down, freaking jacking this thing up and down. Got them all in there, playing around. I'm basically a wheel alignment pro now. Definitely not. The brake line that goes on there was hitting on this arm here, which is gay. Yeah, bunch of fucking around. Now I gotta go do the other side, to match, even though it's not going to fix anything. It's definitely an upgrade having the lower control arms, but yeah, I'm definitely going to have to run bigger over fenders and maybe even smaller tires. These are huge though. These are 265s. I only have these on because they came with a bunch of wheels that I had. I just want it to be low. It's so difficult, man. We're gonna get there. I just spent like probably almost an hour looking for one part of these lower control arms. I'm not having a good time, but hopefully now that I've found it, it's gonna be a lot better. Like, has anyone had this before? I like to know where everything is. A little bit of a control freak with that sort of thing. So I like to have things, even though my shed looks absolutely atrocious, there's shit everywhere, I pretty much know where everything is, right? Or roughly like exactly what shelf it's on. Could not find this freaking special locating washer thing that goes on the bottom of the lower control arm that I could not do without, and I didn't want to order another one and have to wait for ages, yada yada. And I was getting desperate, man. Like over at the bench here, if it had dropped off into these tubs, I checked all those underneath, all around there, checked over there, checked at the tap in case I like sat it somewhere, checked under the cars, checked, like, my shit is on the floor and it's organized. These are the tools I need to use, these are the tools I don't need to use anymore. And then my nuts and bolts are like directly underneath the parts where I need it. So there's a bunch over there for that side, and my bit was missing from that. So I'm looking everywhere, about to freaking start kicking shit. I even looked through the toolbox. Where was it? Around the back of here. Just chilling here the whole time, just watching me laughing. Thank you very much, you little dog. So yeah. Found ya. Games. Just playing games with me. It's my own fault. I should have got my trolley out and had everything on my trolley, and then it wouldn't have gone wrong. Anyway, I'm going to put the left side in now. And hopefully have some fun, put some beats on. Restore the morale. Let's get it. Alright, we made it. 32's looking pretty sweet. Front's looking okay. Rear's looking okay. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not talking too loud. I've raised the car. I mean, what the heck am I talking about? I've lowered the car as much as I can get it with these over fenders, which has created pretty much zero camber on the rear, which is bloody awesome because my camber arms are maxed out. But I have found these are 25mm and I found 50mm, so that should come out like yay far. So I'll be able to extend those lower control arms out and get the wheel to fit perfectly. But yeah, I'm going to get the 50mm. Hopefully they're good and that will work. So it turns out when you're installing these lower control arms, you don't have to take off your other arms. You can just do it from underneath. Bam, slap it in there. It's definitely not that easy. It's a lot of mucking around up and down, and a bit of yee and a bit of yah. So a bit of levering and whatnot, but you can get there. It's I would definitely be so much faster at that if I did it again. I'm going to bed, so hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I'm wrecked, mate. I'm wrecked. There's a pretty cool episode coming up next with this bucket of bits right here. Let's go. How'd you go?
Got it.
Got it.
Got it. I don't.
Any more?
No.
No. Sweet. Let's pull the chair out, mate.
It was good that this window wasn't closed.
Yeah, lucky, eh?
So, lucky is it this skin. When I open, I could pull it up at a window.
Mmm.